Hello. Um, this is my son called me this weekend when I was telling him about these little videos I'm making. He called me Hydro Jerry. I hope that name doesn't stick with him though. Anyway, so this little video is all about the hardware. My goal is to show you what it takes at the least possible price cost to you in time and effort, and it's environmentally safe and all that kind of stuff. Um, and The least amount of work, and you can use your home, the air conditioning in your home, which is you've got to have, to grow lettuce, you've got to have a cool temperature, at least 80 degrees or below, which most homes are. And if you're down in the basement or the lower level, as we call it sometimes, I'm in a storage room. Behind me, you can see one of my three 2-foot by 4-foot gardens, I call them. They're LED. So I'm going to go through with you the hardware, and we're not going to talk about plants here. I do that on other videos. So first off, we talked, the temperature is one of the things you have to get right if you're going to grow cool season plants like lettuce and spinach is a cool season plant. So just for those two. But I do house plants and other things, which I'll show you later. What we're going to talk about next is the light. The light and all of the products, by the way, I'm going to show you some of these that I've bought. Everything's bought off of Amazon because we were in a pandemic when I started this. And I had a lot of failures getting started until I finally got a good crop to grow, and then I started refining that. But the thing that I'm going to show you now, we talked about temperature. This next thing's about light. And this is a light that you're going to want to have. Those aren't fluorescent bulbs. Those are a LED strip inside of a little opaque plastic, a little plastic tube. It's got a pull chain. And then, of course, over here, you got the plug-in. And then over here, you got the other side, which lets another one of them plug into it. In each one of these, I actually have 3 of them plugged together. In each one, the one you see behind me, there's 3 of them. I turned the front one off because it shoots too much light out here when you're trying to make a video. So this is the light you want. This thing, when you buy these, the ones I'm going to tell you about on Amazon, there's several ones that you can get, but this is a 5000K light, and it's 42 watts. That's like a 42 watt incandescent bulb. In the old days that we used to use those. So that's all it is. It's about 40 watt, like a 40 watt bulb. And it also has a little, it directs the light down. It sets up there like this. So that's the light, all right? This light is the label on this one in Amazon is OOO LED. I think that's the company. I don't know, but if you put in OOO LED, garage light or fluorescent light or whatever, you'll get that lamp. And you can get one of these for $26 on Amazon. You can get 2 of them for $40, but you can get 4 of them for $70. I put 3 in under here, but you could get by with 2, okay? So if you want to get by with the least amount of money and light, and you're only going to do 1 to try it out, you might want to do the 2 for $40. So that means $20 a piece. But if you get it at 70, they're only 17 bucks a piece. So that's a part of that. So let's say you spend $40 on lights. The next thing you want to do is you want to have these lights turn on and off by themselves. So the next thing you're going to need is a little GE heavy duty timer. And this is one right here. It has a little, when it's plugged in, it's a little electric motor turns this little dial. And you can see part of it is dark and part of it is light. And you can program this so you can have it on I have mine turning on at 7 o'clock in the morning and they turn off at 7 o'clock at night. So they get the maximum light for 12 hours. This thing, the GE 24-hour timer is $13. Okay. Next off, you're going to want about a half a dozen, at least to start off, half a dozen mason jars. And when you get them, whatever you do, don't throw away the lids because you're going to use those about once a year. When you get to growing these, they'll get a buildup along about in here on the inside of calcium. And you just fill it about half, one of these, about half full of your cleaning vinegar. Cleaning vinegar. It's a high strength vinegar, which is not, some of you probably usually may have it at home. And then half water. Put the lid on, let it set for 24 hours, and then pour it into the next jar you want to clean and take this in and rinse it out in the sink. And that's what you do. But anyway, so you need these jars, and the reason you need these is because it keeps the light off the roots of the plant. Now, you could get by without these. You could get by having a Mott's applesauce jar, big old plastic one, holds 48 ounces, and you can cover it with aluminum foil and you wouldn't even have to buy these. But these really work good. But then if you get a Mott's, you have to use these little ones because Mott's doesn't have that big a opening. But these work fine. They go in like that. And a set of these on Amazon for 6 3-inch diameter is $14. I mean, sorry, $28 for 6 mason jars, okay? So that's it. Just ask for 6 amber colored mason jars. And then you're gonna need a set of these. You can get a set of these, and I forget how many you get, but you get like about 48 for $14. They're 3-inch CZ, that's in Carpenter Zenith, CZ net cups. They're heavy duty. They have this little black, it's black up here so that when it fits in here, it keeps all the light out. Then next you're gonna want these little 1.5 inch, 1.5 inch rock wool plugs. They should cost you about $9.39 was what I checked yesterday. But let's say $10. And you get a little sheet of these. You soak them in water and then use a sharp knife to cut them. And then they have a little hole there, and that's where you put the seed. And by the way, one of the things you're going to want to use, you got to put the seed in with, get you some flat wooden toothpicks. You wet the small end of the toothpick, which picks up one seed, stick that down inside, put 2 of them in. You're not going to want 2 plants, but then when they both grow, you take a pair of scissors, cut them off. Cut off the one you don't want. So that takes care of that. That's $14 for the net cups. Rock wool starters, plugs, 1.5 inch, $10. So you got that. Then you're going to want to get some nutrient. The nutrient is Maxi Grow. It's built for this, for hydroponics. I tried Miracle Grow when I started out. I thought Miracle Grow would work, but Miracle Grow doesn't work in hydroponics. I don't know why. The company of Miracle Grow does make a hydroponic one, so you might want to get something different, but this works just with regular tap water. And one of the things that, if you get on YouTube, where I got a lot of my research, and you're looking at hydroponics, they'll talk about buying different chemicals and mixing them together and and I started trying to do that, and it gets complicated. This, you don't even have to think about it. And I can tell you, I've been doing this for 4 years, growing between 100 and 120 plants a year of lettuce. And I have, I know how many bags of that I've used in 4 years because I saved the little thing that you measure with. This has got a big end and a small end. The small end is a teaspoon, a level teaspoon of this. And what you do, now this gets into the less expensive. Oh, by the way, the Maxi-Grow is $16. Milk jug, wash it out, put a level teaspoon of Maxi-Grow in first when it's empty, fill it up with water, and that's it. I always have 3 of them. Oh, by the way, when you're not using this, you want to get an old dark colored towel and lay over the top of them so light doesn't get in, because light will cause that fertilized water to grow algae or something. So you just keep the light out. And that's the other reason that you want to use darkened jars, because it keeps the light out, keeps any algae from growing, or you might get a little bit once in a while, but it doesn't hurt. So that's it on my things you have to buy. Now, some things you maybe don't have to buy. Here's an old, I don't know whether this was given to us or I bought it. It's a tea kettle, one with the little spout. You don't have to have one like this. I've got an old one up there that holds more. It's an old copper one. But these are really essential because these you can use, you got to just top off plants and stuff instead of having to pour it out of a big jug. Another thing to help you fill those jugs, if you're getting water out of the bathroom like I am, is I use, this works. I use an old Mott's applesauce jar, and a little 1-inch, just fits in the jug real well. Goes in there tight, and then you pour the water in. That's it. So there's a lot of stuff that you'll need. The other thing, you're going to need some seeds to get you started. It turns out that Ferry Morse has buttercrunch seeds, which is what I recommend beginners start with, because you'll get nice big green plants. And then you need some of these little cups. I get one of them because you pour all your seeds in there. These seeds are very tiny, and you can't plant them I can't, with your fingers. So you wet one end of a toothpick, and you pick up one of these seeds and stick it down the hole of the little cube in the net cup. So that's basically it for hardware. But if you get this hardware and the fertilizer, you look at my videos, and you get the lights, like over here, this shelf, between the shelf bottom and where the light is 13 inches. It works great as a distance. You notice these plants behind me are getting tall and up into the lights. That's because they're nearing the end of their life, which I'm going to kind of maybe hurry that along today, because I want to pick these after I get done with this video. And well, that's it. As my second son would say, this is Hydro Jerry saying, good luck, and I hope you can grow some lettuce. Message me if you need some inspiration or help or whatever, or a question. Bye for now.